G's, 4G's, yeah. 4G's, 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 let's go. 4G's, 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 look. Full syndication, full elevation, all generations, we already made it. 4G's, 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 yeah. 4G's, 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 let's go. 4G's, 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 look. Full syndication, full elevation, all generations, we already made it. We got Shot, Dot, Malcolm, Chris the King, plus the Doc. You know that's like 4G's. Sports Mind. Real world, real problems, real news, real sports. We gon' let you know right here on 4G's. 4G's.
Welcome to another episode of 4G Sports. All right. Now, as you can see, well, before we get into all that, hit the subscribe button so you know when we come on and all that good stuff. Hit the like button. You know how we do. All right. Well, as you see, one of the members is missing because he's out doing king shit. Okay. So we got to figure out how we're going to get around that. But we let him do what he do. Let's get into the show. Hey, I'm the OG.
Hey, you know what it is. You got the Doc.
And we'll leave a space for you. Know that's all right. He did his thing. Now, as you can see, we have a gentleman with his name Jason, okay? And the reason he's here is because this is the Sports Man Cave episode. All right? So Jason's going to, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing else. Jason, introduce yourself, and then would you mind giving us a tour of your man cave, please, sir?
Hey, I'm glad to be on with you guys. I really appreciate the invitation and just the opportunity to just share my little haven, I guess, my little sports / movie / gaming room with you all. Now, does my camera flip around? Or should I just turn the phone around? Let's see. Okay. So right here, we'll go from one side to the other, basically. We got my little comics here. So I have a pretty good deal of comics going on. I do a decent amount of comic reading. I'm into Marvel, just into Batman and Justice League on DC side, but that's how that goes. Of course, being a Cleveland fan, Cleveland born, Cleveland bred, Cleveland raised, now living in Georgia. Gotta have this, and I'm gonna be getting. I got like 5 of these, and we're gonna be getting each one of these framed because it's been a long time coming. I mean, a long time coming. 2016. We'll never forget it. Father's Day 2026. I even got the Akron News Herald. So, and then we can move down. We can see I got my PS4. Got my Walking Dead. That Walking Dead set. I watched the show, but the comics are just as good. And that is a compendium of every single comic is contained in there. Next to that is my Jim Brown autographed football card, and then my Jim Brown football, which was passed down to me from my uncle. Next to that, if you guys can see it, is my Xbox Series X. I actually got it. I got it the day that it released, but I got it from StockX, guys. So I had to pay. I think I paid like $150 more than what the retail price was to get it, but I got that. I'm waiting to get my hands on the PS5, and there's TV2. TV2 is playing the Browns Cowboys game. TV1 was actually playing little NHL hockey because I actually do watch a little hockey. I got my Browns blanket there. We can pan around. You see the DC and Marvel plaques, my Empire Strikes Back, my Marvel plaque, and then I got my Caps hoodie, but then I've got my Chiefs. So funny story about the Chiefs is you guys may or may not remember that the Browns left Cleveland in 1995. So I was 15. The team that I rooted for from 95 to 99 was the Kansas City Chiefs, while the Browns were gone. So they're kind of like a secondary team, a team that I liked while my Browns were gone. And hey, that's that.
Yeah, love it.
Boy, I can tell you right now.
And here,
Go ahead.
So guys, within my room, I've got PS4 Pro. I got the Xbox Series X. Downstairs in the living room, I got the Xbox One X. And then in my daughter's room, she's got the Xbox. She's got an Xbox One X in her room as well. And then we got the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 3, and then Xbox. My Xbox 360. It's in one of these closets up here. But this now. My wife actually was the inspiration in setting this up because she bought all the furniture. She literally purchased every piece of furniture in the room, TVs included, because she wanted me to have my own space. So I didn't argue. I said, okay. Guys. So I live in a house with my mom lives with us. My mom's close to 80. So she lives with us, and then my wife. And then 3 girls. So as far as me needing a hideaway or needing a place to go, this is it. So I'm thankful for her.
Yeah. It's always nice to have a little man cave to escape.
Yes, sir. Wow. So I know your house is more. If you had boys, your house would be the party house. You got all the gaming systems.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's hard to get one of those PS5s. It's those things are elusive, and I've never seen it. Like I don't know. I've been gaming for a long time too, and I don't recall anyway, all the way back from Atari to now, ever having like this kind of struggle getting your hands on a unit.
Right. The demand is crazy. I mean, the demand, I've never seen any demand like this ever. Never seen demand like this before.
I have a theory on why, and it's because with a year, we're a year into a pandemic, and we have people that probably wouldn't normally be serious about gaming or even just bother with it. Now, like, I mean, what else are they going to do if they're really quarantining, right? They're like, might as well get in some gaming. Don't matter how bad they are.
That's true. Something to pass the time.
Right.
So, kind of getting into going through some questions with us. This topic came up in one of our previous episodes a while back when we were talking about the different industries of sports and platforms, and the idea of professional gaming was brought up, and how it's kind of become this multi-billion-dollar industry now. Is that something you would have liked to have done in your day, to be like a pro gamer?
Man, if that was around in my day, because I'm 40, so if I was 10 years younger, if I was closer to 30, if I was maybe 28, 29, 30, I would have that would have been something that I definitely would have considered. But I'm in a Madden league now with some guys, and like we play like 2-3 times a week. These guys are so much better than I am. Now, most of them do not have families. Let me put that caveat on there. So all they do is play. So they got time to hone their skills and play.
Yeah.
Usually when I'm jumping on with them, it's my first time picking it up that week. So I think we do a couple games a week. I mean, our season lasted like 4 weeks. I think I was like 5-11. So I mean. It is what it is on that end, but I would have loved to have one day, it would have just been something just to see the money that these guys make for playing a video game. Stuff we used to do. I mean, I go all the way back to the original Nintendo in 85 and 86. So stuff that we would do then, I mean, these guys are making a killing doing it now.
Oh yeah.
Absolute killing. But yeah. It would have been cool.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it until I found out that one of the high school kids at my son's school won like $75,000 off a gaming tournament weekend. Kid, bro. Like, you know, we're talking 16, 17 years old.
Man.
Yeah, and then sponsorships.
Yep.
So it's crazy. So with all the systems you have, which gaming platform do you prefer?
I prefer Xbox, and the reason why I prefer Xbox is I've had sports games on both Xbox and PlayStation. They play better and smoother on the Xbox. Honestly, there is one reason why I have the PlayStation, and that's for the game The Last of Us and The Last of Us 2. Those two games, in my opinion, those are probably the best games that I've ever played. So that's honestly the only reason why I've got a PlayStation. Everything else I play on my Xbox.
Okay.
So, kind of in conjunction with that, not just your favorite like gaming platform, but what do you prefer? Do you prefer the NCAA 2K, Madden? Do you like first-person shooter games? Do you like, what do you get into? Yeah.
So my brother and I, my brother's like 14 years older than me. So when we first started, my brother got me my Sega Genesis. My mom bought a Nintendo, but my brother got the Sega Genesis. So my first good sports game that I played ended up being Madden. It was like Madden, the original John Madden, but then Madden 92. Fast forward then to 2005, and the best, and I still say it to this day, my favorite sports game of all time will always be NFL 2K5, ESPN NFL 2K5. There has not been a sports game that has been as deep or that's been quite as good as that one. So along those lines, Madden's okay, but Madden, as of late, has been putting out the same thing almost every year. So I've kind of veered away from a lot of sports games. First person shooter, and then like I said, The Last of Us. I can pick that game up and play it all day long, but there really is no preference. But what I play most of is probably sports, and then first person shooter.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna switch gears on you a little bit. Being a diehard Cleveland fan that you are, something I can certainly appreciate and respect, given the hell I've gone through with my Phoenix sports teams. So tell me a little bit about how you felt. So I want you to walk me through the feeling when LeBron gets drafted to Cleveland to when he ultimately decides to leave and go to Miami and win a couple championships, but then comes back and goes ahead and delivers one to the city where he's from and where he started.
Okay. So the thing with LeBron has been, even from the time when he left, from the time he was drafted, when he left, when he came back, and now when he's gone again, it's been nothing but love. Being from Cleveland, number one, the Cavaliers drafting him in 2003 is probably the biggest thing for that franchise ever. From those years, from when he got there and he left for Miami, the teams that they put around him, if we're honest, those teams were trash. They were garbage. They were literally, and this is no disrespect to you two, they were literally taking me, you, the Doc, OG, and they were putting us with LeBron. He was getting us to the playoffs, got us to that finals against San Antonio where the next best player on that squad was Larry Hughes. And that in and of itself, hey, I had nothing but respect for him. I didn't want him to leave the first time, but I totally understood why he left. When he came back, a title that was what the standard was. That was what he wanted. He bought us the title. When he decided to leave again and go to LA, I was saddened because I wanted him. But hey, he went on to LA and now won another title. Hey, I'm still a Cavs fan. Will always be a Cavs fan, but LBJ will always hold a special place. He'll always be second to Mike for me. Jordan will always be number one. Just watching Jordan coming up and just comparing the two different playing styles, but Jordan will always be number one. Nothing but respect, admiration, love for LBJ. And now most of the people in Cleveland have that view now that he came back and won the championship for us. But if you really think about it, it's really a shame that he was in Cleveland for 11 years and only has the one title. That's not on him. That's on the front office. That's on ownership. That's on the GM for not surrounding him with guys that really could play. And part of it is Cleveland, because free agents do not, in basketball, free agents don't go to Cleveland. No matter who's there, you're not going to get a free agent. You got to trade for him. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Fortunately, he kind of learned that the hard way.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, he was the center point. He was the best player in the league some of those years, but still, they just could not get free agents to come there. And people really don't understand that. Free agents were not coming to Cleveland. They weren't.
Yeah. What was OG? Before you get into your question,
Yes,
what was the hype like with? So we know how it was like nationally. Like this kid, he goes to Akron. He's just crazy good. But what was the hype like being like from there, surrounding him?
So what a lot of people really don't realize and really don't know is there was serious conversation in Cleveland and even within Cavs organization on whether they were going to take LeBron James or Carmelo Anthony. They were actually split 50-50. Because Carmelo had just won the championship with Syracuse and then came out and was touted as being the best college player. There was actual debate. And there was debate between many Cavs fans. And I will be completely honest. I wanted Carmelo Anthony. And I'm so glad that they ended up not taking him. But that was actually the debate, was whether it was LeBron or Melo. But then with him being from Akron's like from, I live in Locust Grove. So Locust Grove to Atlanta is about the same amount of time as Akron to Cleveland. He was a hometown kid. All that hype when he left. I think that's why there was so much emotion there. But then when he came back, it was nothing. It was nothing like you'd ever seen, and it was kind of like a whirlwind for Cleveland because we were trying to get Cavs tickets, couldn't get those. But the Browns had just drafted Johnny Manziel as well. So Browns season tickets were going. You couldn't get tickets to either one. But those were good times. Unfortunately, I don't think the Cavs are going to ever see times like that again unless they sell. But those were some amazing times, some amazing memories. But the hype was unbelievable.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I got a question. As a Browns fan,
I think we got some freezing. Yeah, I think we got some freezing from OG. So I know he's going to come back with a question here. I'm going to get into one of the ones that we kind of had on our mind to ask you because I understand you're a bit of a sneaker collector too.
Yes, sir.
Something we didn't get to see on the tour there. So tell me about that. What's your collection of choice? Do you collect Jordans, Nikes? What do you do? What's your favorite shoe?
Yeah.
What are you looking for next?
So I have probably, and I mean, if we have time, I can take you guys and show you part of the collection.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
But my shoe of choice is the Air Jordan. I love the Jordan 1, like the 11, like the 13, but the 3 is probably Jordan 3 is probably my absolute favorite of all of them. But that is just some of the collection there, and that's probably a little more than half of it. So you see probably Jordan 1s. I got some Jordan 1 fragments that are prized. I got the Jordan 1 off-whites, which is really nice to have. And then the 11s, 6s, 3s, 4s, 10s. But then in my closet, I got more. They're not quite as organized. So, but this is just part of it. The most recent ones that dropped were the Super Bowl. So I had to get a pair of those. But yeah, that's just a little picture of the collection. And my wife, actually, I got her into it as well. I think she's got about 50 pairs now herself.
Wow.
So
when did you start actually collecting them? When did it move from somebody that just liked shoes and bought a new pair here and there to like actually collecting them?
So my very first pair of Jordans was when I graduated high school. It was as a gift to myself after graduating high school. So that was 1998. And my very first pair was a pair of the Chicago of the Bred ones. Got a pair then. I was working. So right out of high school, I was working at JP Morgan Chase, like a week after high school. So I was making some decent money, and I was still at home for like a year. Oh man. Every time I got paid, it was 1 or 2 pairs of shoes. So that's how the collection started. So that's how it started, and then it grew and grew and grew until the point where now I've got a couple of sneaker plugs that I can get everything retail, no matter when it dropped, no matter when it came out, no resale prices. So I'm kind of fortunate to have that, but it's it can be kind of costly, but
yeah.
Hey, it's my thing, and it kind of got passed down to me from my older brother, because he would go and buy and wear them. If he couldn't fit them anymore or he didn't like them, he passed them down. But it wasn't the same as me actually buying them myself. And like I said, when I turned 18, that's when it really started. So right now, I think I got about 85 pair, man. About 85, 86 pair, and at least 70 of those are anywhere from Jordan 1 to Jordan 13. I don't have any 14s or anything. I don't have anything above the Jordan 13.
Okay. All right, OG, we got into the sneakers, my man. What you got?
Man, I had to go to backup plan B. I had to go to the phone. This is crazy. But before I got messed before everything got messed up, I was trying to figure out, because being a Cowboys fan, I know how frustrating it could be with your football team, and you kind of have an idea of what you would like to see happen, and they don't go that route. What do you feel is the Browns' problem with drafting quarterbacks, and do you think Baker Mayfield is that answer?
Oh, I hope Baker Mayfield is the answer. I'm probably about 75% sold on him. He needs to show us some more consistency. Have another year like he had last year, I'll be all in on him. But it's been the Browns' issue has been no consistency in the front office, none with the head coaches. The owners had a really short leash, and he's gotten rid of some guys. I mean, you guys have seen the list of quarterbacks we've had since '99.
Oh yeah,
it is the most ridiculous list ever. The year we went 0-16, we had drafted Deshaun Kaiser, and I think we got him. Now he was a local Ohio kid.
He went to Notre Dame, right?
Yeah, he went to Notre Dame. He played. He's originally from Ohio, but I can't remember if we got him in the second or third round. But he was a bargain. Instead of sitting him, Hugh Jackson decided to play him, messed up that whole young man's his whole career. And we ended up going 0-16 that year after going 1-15 the year before. So those were hard times, but it was the lack of consistency with the front office and letting them make the picks and the owner jumping in. I mentioned the Johnny Manziel pick before. That was who the owner wanted. When the Browns had paid when the Browns had paid $1 million, they paid a search crew $1 million to find their quarterback, and the search committee came back. Number 1 was Derek Carr. Number 2 was Teddy Bridgewater. Johnny Manziel ended up being 5th. They took him ahead of both of those guys, and hey, they last week or the week before last, Johnny Manziel was playing for. Oh, I can't remember the name of the.
He's in that new fan controlled league. It's like a fan controlled league where it's like it's basically like a live version of Madden.
But that's been the issue. That's it's been the lack of consistency, lack of allowing that GM to make that pick. I hope Baker Mayfield is it. Somebody asked me the other week if I would want Deshaun Watson over Baker Mayfield. If it was a possible deal, I would strongly consider it, but I think Mayfield can be the guy for us, and that's the first time I'm saying that. The last quarterback that won us a playoff game before Baker Mayfield, gentlemen, was Vinny Testaverde back in 1994. The Browns beat the New England Patriots, who had Drew Bledsoe, and that was when they first started to take off. But that was the last quarterback that won a playoff game for us. It was Vinny Testaverde, 1994. So Baker's won that. He's got that one playoff game, and hopefully we'll see more.
Before we go any further, I have to take my hats off because that's a long time not to get a playoff victory.
That's a long time. It's a long time to be a fan.
Right, and that's what I was about to say. And for you to be a diehard, no matter what happens, no matter through your team, thick and thin, you've been there. I got to take my hat off because, like I said, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I understand the jokes. I understand I understand. Yeah. So
I'll tell you. I tell you, it makes for when they start doing well that much sweeter, though. I can attest to that. And like OG, you know how I am about my Phoenix Suns, man. The fact that they're sitting in 4th right now and actually look good doing it, I'm like a dang kid in a candy store, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm just the sad thing is though, I'm just happy to make the playoffs. Like I don't feel like they're, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like they're on this mission for a championship or anything. But good grief, it is nice to see them at least in the conversation. I mean, to go from no playoffs to 4 seed is pretty nice so far.
But y'all was just a game out last year anyway.
Yeah, we were a game out from making that little bubble appearance.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, but y'all showed out in the bubble, so
yeah,
we knew y'all was coming.
It was coming.
Yeah, we knew it was coming.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get into a little bit of Doc's trivia corner. All right.
All right.
We're gonna I'm gonna give last week's and the answer. But before I give the answer, I'm going to see if Jason can get it.
Go ahead.
But then I'm going to give the new trivia question. Don't answer it on here because we want them to answer either in the live chat or on our social media platforms. So last week's I said, what Chicago Bears running back was known as the Galloping Ghost? Do y'all know that one? Do y'all remember? It is back. It's back in the day. Gentlemen, I'm talking leather helmets. Think leather. Yeah.
Is that can I answer that one?
Go, yeah, that one you can answer.
Is that Gale Sayers?
It was before Gale. That's a good
man.
That is a good guess. But it was Harold Grange. That dude.
Wow.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Trivia question number 4. Today's trivia question Again, gentlemen, don't answer on here if you know the answer. But, during the live chat, go ahead. Who was the only person in NBA history to be named a most valuable player, a coach of the year, and an executive of the year? Your answers, selections are Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, or Phil Jackson. So if y'all are watching, go ahead and answer in the chat. Any correct, the first correct answer to this in the live chat. That means you're watching this premiere.
There you
hit
go.
That bell like we've been telling you, and you're watching us premiere. Answer in the chat. You win a prize from 4G Sports. Otherwise, go ahead and play Doc's Corner, Doc's Trivia Corner on our social media pages, and feel free to answer there.
All right, Jason. Here we go, man. We got an off-topic time. This one I kind of have an idea where you might go, so I'm not gonna be too mad. All right, it's a two-part question. Kobe or LeBron on the court? I'll let you answer that one first.
Oh, that one is all day. LBJ. We grew up hating Kobe and Cleveland, so respected him. But yeah, we grew up hating that guy. Respected his game, his killer instinct. But yeah, LBJ.
I got you. Hey, that's why I said I kind of knew where that one was going. Now,
yeah, I mean, now it's tough knowing we can't air this episode.
Yeah, I know, huh? Sorry, it was a great episode too. I loved it. All right. Well, since now we have that love-hate relationship, which Kobe did you hate the worst? Was it 8 or 24?
It was 8. It was Shaq. It was the Shaq Kobe because that Kobe literally, I was waiting for Portland to beat him, and then I was waiting for the Sacramento Kings to beat him, and neither one could beat him. That Chris Webber, Paige Stojakovic, Mike Bibby squad, and then that Portland squad with Damon Stoudemire, Rasheed Wallace, those guys, they could never get it done. But yeah, we didn't grow up like we didn't even like the Showtime Lakers, so we always grew up hating the Lakers, man. Always.
Oh man.
Always grew up hating those guys. Let
me say, can I real quick? OG knows where I'm going with this. Man, it is nice to have somebody else that hates the Lakers on here. Oh, because I just fill my whole glass with haterade before I get on this podcast sometime.
Oh, that's why I was laughing, Jason. That's why I was laughing so hard. I was like, oh, Doc has a buddy now.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna know what to do.
Man, did we just become best friends? Yup.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Always just like those. When the Pistons ended that first run, man, we were so glad the Pistons beat those guys, man.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, here's a quick going off the hinges, off the rails story here. One of my favorite ever Phoenix Suns moments has nothing to do with even winning a game, and I don't even know. I think we still won this series, but it's when Raja Bell grabbed Kobe by the neck and pushed him onto the. I mean, Kobe got up gangster as hell, I know. But man, that was like a buzzer beater 3 we jumped out of our seats for that. Because he was killing us that series. And I'm like, God dang.
And by the way, you did not win the series. And also in that series, that's when Kobe flew at Nash.
Oh, is that the same series?
Okay.
That's the same series.
Oh, God. That was one of my least favorite moments.
Okay, gentlemen. So, I got a question for both of you. So, do you guys remember? So, do you guys remember the guy that they coined the Kobe Stopper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. I do.
Yes.
Who is that? Hold on. I know who you're talking about.
Bonzi Wells.
Ruben
Patterson.
No. Ruben Patterson.
Patterson.
And the way that I know Ruben Patterson graduated from the same high school I did. So he was a senior when I was an incoming freshman. So we would all see Ruben Patterson on campus even after he left the school and went to the University of Cincinnati. He would come back because he loved the females. That's all.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say that.
But they had the nerve to coin Ruben Patterson the Kobe stopper, and Kobe would give him bucket after bucket. When Kobe found out, he would give him bucket after bucket after bucket after bucket. Man, Ruben Patterson. That's
a curse to be named that. If you're not an all, I mean, because not even Bruce Bowen was a Kobe stopper. You know what I mean?
Like, and
that's right.
I saw an interview Kobe did, and he said, they had told him about Ruben Patterson being the Kobe stopper, and he said, "Who? That guy? Are you serious?" He said, "I had to go to him and said if you wanted to build a reputation, you should have came and told me that's what you was gonna tell him first. So that way I could have kind of played along with you. But since you went out there and put your chest out, now like Jason said, every time I see you, I got to give you buckets."
It's on your head, huh?
I think he averaged about 30 to 35 on him alone. Every time he played Portland, he gave him 40 easy every night.
Man. That's crazy.
So we used to laugh about that all the time. We was like, "Oh, they finna put the Kobe stopper in." Everybody like this. Oh, we can go eat now because he about to go score 40. Game over.
Right.
Game over. Man.
That's crazy. OG, you got anything else?
Man, that's besides just thanking him for the tour, and I got a couple of ideas that I'm gonna go ahead and take. And do you mind if we put out your gaming IDs on the show, Jason?
Oh, sure. For the PlayStation Network, I am CLEDAWGPOUND. CLE and then Dog Pound right behind it, and then on Xbox. Yep, you see, you know it. And then on Xbox, I am my gamer tag is Game Time Live, but the A in Game Time is a 4. So it's Game Time Live, but again, that A after that G in Game Time is a 4.
Okay.
All right. And you said you play Madden. You in a Madden league on Xbox or PlayStation?
On PS4.
Okay.
I do not like playing it in, but I have it for both. So I got Madden on both Xbox and PS4. I got 2K basketball. I got FIFA, which I am not ashamed to admit I love European League soccer. And then I've got hockey. So yeah, I've got a ton of sports games. I got Call of Duty. So I'm out there whenever I can be.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to look you up on the PlayStation Network. I'm gonna have to get in that league with you and just see what I can do.
All right.
Man, these guys are some assassins. I'm just warning you now.
That's all right. I'm notorious for oops, I unplugged it.
Yeah.
Nah. I'll give it a shot though.
We call that rage quitting.
There you go.
Rage quitting. That's right. Rage quitting. People get banned for rage quitting.
Yep. All right, Jason. Well, we want to thank you, first of all, for joining the show. It was awesome. We appreciate you showing us around your man cave a little bit. I look forward to seeing how that develops, continuing to go along, because as we know, I think no man cave's ever finished. You're probably going to have 5 TVs in there at some point.
No, never.
Never.
That's right.
We want to thank everybody, of course, for subscribing to the podcast, to 4G. We appreciate you all. We're up to 205 subscribers now, which is awesome. We continue to grow. We continue to increase our audience. Please when you do subscribe, share our content, ask your friends to share. And you know what I always say, hit that bell, when we go live and when we premiere. This episode, of course, was brought to you by Daphne Cozy with My Cozy Creations. You can find her in the links in our link tree and our website if you want to get anything made sent to you. Also, we want to thank everyone that participated in our 4G Sports Fan Day. We had a great turnout. It was super awesome. I see a lot of our gear and masks and shirts being shared all over social media. Please keep doing that. We appreciate it so much. We love all the support from all of you. And then, of course, next week, it's episode 43 with Quentin Ford. He'll be stopping by to talk to us about YouTube show and let's talk how his podcast is going.
Yes, sir. And if you want 24-hour access, not like HBO, he's not a camera freak following us or nothing like that. But if you want 24-hour access to the nah, Doc, quiet. We be playing. That's 4G Sports. You can always hit us up at our website at www.4gsports, that's sports with a Z.com. All right? Must check it out. Past episodes. You can buy, merchandise. You can look up guests. Anything that you missed, it will be there. All right? So, Doc, go ahead and do your sign-offs and we out of here.
Oh, you want me to sign off? Let me tell you, I'm going to sign off to somebody that ain't never going to watch this show unless y'all subscribe, and that's my Phoenix Suns, baby. God dang, we're number 4 for once. Hey, Chris Paul is a point god. D-Book finally has a running mate, and I cannot be happier. Hey, they went ahead and hung up almost 40 on Memphis the other night, man. I love it.
Oh, my God.
Jason, what you got? Go ahead and sign off for us now.
Hey, man, shout out to all my Browns fans, Cavs, Cleveland baseball, because they're losing the name Indians, and Buckeyes fans. Hey, we appreciate being on today. We appreciate being able to share with you guys, and hopefully we can come back again. But, hey, pleasure to meet both of you gentlemen. Lakers and Cowboys fan over there, Mr. OG, the Doc, my
yes, sir.
Arizona, Phoenix Suns, and Arizona Cardinals. Hey, it was a pleasure to rock with both of you guys today. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you. Well, my shout out first goes to you, man, for just letting us into your sanctuary, your man cave. We appreciate it. Signing off, of course, 4G family, King. You missed it, bruh. You missed it. You had another Cleveland Browns in the building.
And
you wanted to go do other stuff. Okay. We try to tell you, we're going to start docking you when you miss. When you miss, we're going to start docking. But you missed a great show. But now, like always,
yep.
If you want, you can always comment everything, share on social media platforms, all social media platforms. You can also go to the website. So you cannot say you can't find us. All right. So with that being said, 4Gs, that's another episode down. We out.